all that, getting hit multiple times. Coming out of that bike section, more drivers coming to blows.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. Welcome to Slow Motion Broadcasting for the round number 9 of season 10 here. We start now the third part of the XSLR season by heading to Daytona Rallycross course. Gotta get my brain off of the dirt ovals we were on for the last 4 weeks, and we head to the Rallycross cars of the year. And I'm Adam Thomsen. Joining me as always is Ron Maunz, who is figured out his legal problems, is out on bail, and he is here. He posted bail. There's a reason why they have to grease up the polls in Philadelphia. Ron Maunz is here tonight behind the cameras and helping me out here in the commentary booth. And of course, we are in the Rallycross cars as we are now starting qualifying. Ron?
Yeah, and that we are qualifying, already getting up and rolling here today for this first race with the rally cars. And yeah, it's we're Philly sports. Well, I'm a Philly sports fan, so sometimes we get a little bit wacky and wild out there on the streets of Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm surprised my my other charges did not stick like the other climbing up the grease pole charge did. That's a little bit surprising to me, but we move forward for what is going to be a fantastic week, 4 weeks in fact, of action, and we get it all up and rolling here at Daytona. This old version of Daytona as well, quite ancient, and already seeing some times get set on the board.
Adam Thomsen goes fastest with a 40.923. Brad Cathcart with second fastest with a 41.855. Good to see our resident Australian back here at XSLR as he took a break during the dirt oval portion, as Andy Kosick now third fastest with Joshua Sushi fourth quickest. Jason Greider, he'll move to fifth fastest so far. So 5 qualifying times have been put up. Still several drivers out there looking to put up a time. Second lap here for Brad Cathcart. One of the interesting things about this course, of in the rallycross, it's both pavement and dirt, so a little bit of mixture of both, of going left and right, plus this big jump. Brad Cathcart doesn't take it as quickly as he was probably hoping. He does not complete the lap. Kevin Irwin, he is currently third fastest with a 41.379. Andy Kosick actually was able to jump him on his second lap with a 41.312. And we'll see Kevin Irwin in the Subaru WRX machine. Comes across the line. I can't remember where is the start-finish line on this course. There it is.
We are.
And he crosses the line. Does he improve that 600ths of a second that he needed? He does not. Jake Ham, he goes 6th quickest. He hasn't won a race in the last 4 weeks. He's trying to get another win as we now look at his Volkswagen Beetle, as that is the free car on iRacing. So we'll be seeing a lot of those. The Beetle, and there's Corey Patton back again here at XSLR. Corey Patton trying to get his season really going with a good result here today. Didn't have much success on the dirt oval, so he's looking to change his luck around here this season. But right now, only 7 drivers have put up a qualifying time of we have 12 here so far tonight. Oh, and Corey Patton does not take that jump squarely head on and ends up going all over the place. Here's Tyler Brown, the 821 machine. He'll come into now the longer way, not the Joker lap. Of course, this is qualifying, and everybody, I think, does everybody have to take a Joker lap? I think so. On this road course, maybe not. Matt Lass, currently no time on the board, as Jake Camp did move up to 6th fastest with a 42.212. Brad Cathcart has moved down the leaderboard down to 5th. Tyler Brown was 4th fastest with a 41.711. Other lap times as well. Chad Gross, a 42.729. Here comes Matt Lass. He will complete his first lap here. And he goes 7th fastest, a 42.342, and he is off the track and in that Ford Fiesta. And he will have to reset. Tyler Brown now up to 2nd fastest, a 41.2022, 10th off the pace of Adam Thomsen, who is still the fastest man to beat around over the last 4 weeks. There's Derek Volke, Ron, a 42.037. Good lap time from him to go 6th fastest.
Yeah, I think with him pulling off the track, we got Kevin Irwin out there on the racetrack in the Cheese Subaru. Whenever I see these Subaru WRXs, it reminds me of somebody who I used to race with back in the karting days. His dad actually had a Subaru WRX that he used to autocross way back in the day, and basically turned the drive shaft of that car into Swiss cheese at one point in time, but that's neither here nor there. But let's take a look at the starting grid for the first time here tonight.
Yep, 2 heat races tonight. Top 2 move on to the feature. Everybody else to the B feature. Adam Thomsen's on the pole in heat race number 1, and alongside him, Kevin Irwin, who has had some very good success on dirt so far over the last 4 weeks. Jake Ham and Chad Gross make up row 2, the championship contender of Jake Ham and Adam Thomsen lining up 1 and 3 in the final starter, Jimmy Howitt, and I'm not sure, he did not put up a qualifying time, and I don't even know if he is even in the session anymore. But drivers are lining up here. Of course, they start in a different spot on the course. They start before the start finish line. They'll go down into the final turn, and then they will start their first official lap of this heat race. This should be, they say 5 laps and 2 Joker laps. So looks like the Joker rule in effect with 2 of them. It's gonna double check. All of them have 2 Joker laps, including the feature, which our feature tonight will be 12 laps in length. We got 4 cars on the grid now. We're waiting possibly on Jimmy Howitt. And Jimmy Howitt is in there. He just did not qualify. We're just waiting on Chad Gross, of course. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button here at XSLR. If you enjoy all sorts of racing and on iRacing, this is the place you want to be. And here we go. Cars lined up. We are ready to go green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on. 5 lights out, and away we go here for the first heat race of the third part of the XSLR season in the Rallycross cars. Adam Thomsen goes out in front through the final turn, and now they'll start across the start finish line. Adam Thomsen out in front, single file as they go through turns 1 and 2 over the jump. No carnage yet. Low cars get a little bit squirrely, but looks like a good start from everybody. Still everybody the same. Oh, Chad Gross with an issue, did not get that car planted as much as he was hoping for, and he goes for a spin. Adam Thomsen now still out of front through the first pavement section of the Daytona Rally Cross course, and Adam Thomsen leading out in front, and he is going to be taking that Joker lap. That's his first of 2 here that everybody has to take. So Adam Thomsen takes that first Joker lap. Kevin Irwin, though, loses a bunch of time through there. He is now down by 2.8 seconds to the race leader of Adam Thomsen, but that's just due to the Joker lap there. Again, everybody has to take 2. Jake Ham has had an issue, Ron.
Yeah, Jake Ham has run into difficulties. Let's take a look at here as he headed his way through the quick chute, about to end the lap. I was going to note that he went off the circuit, and there it was. Hit one of the sausage curbs, and around he's going to go. That's a big moment for your at one point dominant championship race leader.
Well, our championship contender, he's now in second in the points right now, down to 4th, while his championship rival leading the way here on the dirt road, excuse me. I gotta get used to this whole, we're on a dirt road course, not on a dirt oval. And you can see some damage there for Chad Gross. That hood a little bit crunched. Jake Ham's trying to get into that 4th spot, but Chad Gross did end up passing him. And here we go. We're on lap 3 of 5 here so far. Again, 5-lap heat races, 12-lap feature at the end of our program here tonight. No cautions, so we will not have full course cautions. I would say probably unless there's like carnage. Now, Jimmy Howitt, he'll take the Joker lap that time as he maintains his 3rd spot. Jake Ham was able to get by Chad Gross. Over the jump he goes. Gets it landed perfectly, and Chad Gross, a little bit of a wild ride off the back of that jump, and you can see he's just trying to get that car really going. This is going to be a challenge for a lot of guys, I feel like, on the dirt, just because it is very much different compared to what the dirt oval was like. White flag displayed one more time around for our championship leader here in heat race number 1, Adam Thomsen. Absolutely putting on a dominating performance. Everybody has taken the Joker lap at least once, so it looks like it is only going to be a 1 Joker lap that everybody has to take. And Adam Thomsen with that 4.8 second lead, almost 5 seconds. He's going to come into the final corner now And Adam Thomsen will be your heat race number 1 winner with Kevin Irwin in second. They will move on to the feature. Jimmy Howitt, Jay Camp, Chad Gross. They will be looking at a B feature in just 10 minutes time. So these guys will have to get prepared for that. That will be the deciding factor of who starts from 5th on backwards. And so some guys getting some good quality practice there, I would say, Ron.
I would certainly say so. Again, some good experience running here. I did get word from Adam that we're probably expecting the racing action here in these jumpy cars to be a bit hectic, a bit pandemonious. As let's take a look at the grid here for the second race.
Heat race number 2. Tyler Brown is on the pole. Alongside him, the resident Aussie of Brad Cathcart, Matt Lass, Corey Patton make up row 2. There will be 3 heat races tonight. And we are going to go green quite quickly here. Green flag will fly, and away we go. A good start by everybody, but they're going to go almost 3 wide through the final corner. And fortunately enough for Tyler Brown, he keeps on that inside line, stays out in front. Here they go to start the lap. Tyler Brown out in front in that Subaru WRX with the Beetle right behind him of Corey Patton. Gets a little bit squirrely off the jump. And then you got Matt Lass, who's in the Ford Fiesta. He's trying to chase down some of these drivers. He would like to have a good result. Last week was kind of the entertainment of the night as he found the tire barriers at the dirt track at Charlotte, not once, but twice, and got stuck at one of those times. So the poor man is just looking to try and just finish a race without incident. There goes Tyler Brown. He will take the Joker lap right away on this second lap as he goes over the jump and extends his lead up to 3.2 seconds. But we have a battle for the final transfer spot here. Who was that? It was Brad Cathcart. Brad Cathcart, unfortunately, gets out of shape off the jump and hits the wall, so he'll have some damage that he will have to deal with. Luckily, these cars, they can handle the damage. They're just like a stock car pretty much. Let's take a look at that jump one more time. He's following through, stays off the curb, but takes that jump a little wide and doesn't get the car quite planted. And that's one of the difficult things about this course, is that jump. The way that where it's located, you're coming off of a really high speed turn, so you really have to get that car cranked back in to get over the jump. And Matt Lass a little bit wide there, almost gets taken out by Corey Patton, but Matt Lass battling back as Corey Patton still trying to get into that transfer spot again. Top 2 move on in all 3 heats tonight, and Matt Lass, he is really putting the power down in that Ford Fiesta, but that Beetle might come through clutch as now Corey Patton, he will take the Joker lap this time. He'll take the second spot away, says thank you very much, as Matt Lass probably going, man, I should have waited on my Joker lap when I took that, because he took it the lap before. Right now a 4.1 second gap for Tyler Brown here. It's now things starting to calm down just a little bit, Ron.
Yeah, Tyler Brown on track for a victory. He's going to start the final lap in a few moments' time. A dominant race for him, as a little bit farther behind has been a bit hectic with the battling between Corey Patton and Matt Lass. Brad Cathcart had that moment heading off through the jump. The one major jump on this racetrack is a bit of a pain in the butt. I have nearly flipped through. I think one time I flipped the Dallara IRO1 about 7 times and landed on top of the tire barrier hitting that jump. And don't ask me why I was running that V12 Formula car here of all places, but I was. It's actually quite fun, but that jump, if you land it really weirdly, can completely wreck your race.
It really can, and just the location of it, as I mentioned earlier, it comes off of a section of high-speed turns, so you really got to get that car pitch to really take that jump almost square on. You can't be sideways at all on it, or you are in for a rough ride. Tyler Brown, he'll cross the line He'll win heat race number 1. Corey Patton, he will go to tonight's A feature as well. Matt Lass will finish third. He goes to tonight's B feature as we get some typical XSLR shenanigans. Now we'll end heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 on deck here. And the lineup looks like this. Andy Kosick just looking to have a good round. He was also one of the drivers that had a very rough round at the dirt track in Charlotte in the big block modified. He starts on the pole in heat race number 3 with Derek Volk on his outside, Joshua Shushi and Jason Greider rounding out the grid. Here we go. Wait for the lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on. 5 lights go out, and away we go here. And immediately good start off the line for the 29 of Joshua Shushi. Almost 3 wide as they go through the final corner to get ready to start the lap. And Derek Folk, he gets out in front. And then he gets a little sideways, and he goes. Oh, no. He doesn't go over the barrier. 1, 2 cars flipping over on the jump. Derek Folk, a great start, ends up losing it. And guess who's out in front? It's Joshua Shushi. Andy Kosick was involved as well on that, on the crashes at the jump. Let's take a look one more time here with Derek Folk. Again, high-speed corners, gets right over the sausage curve, and whee!
We indeed, and look who had another wild ride and all that. It was Andy Kosick. This is a fantastic camera. I love the gyro cam, especially when we have these drivers tumbling around. There was a contact being made. He gets set off the edge of the jump, and there we go, seeing a VW bug end up on its lid.
Well, that unfortunately writes their race off here, as they are now 4 seconds for Derek Folk off of P2. Andy Kosick is 15 seconds. And right now, Joshua Shushi, he had a great start off the line, but, figured that he might have to hold back a little bit because he was on the outside. So he was going to be losing time, as now Joshua Shushi taking the Joker lap. Jason Greider took a second Joker lap there. So, interesting tactic. Calm down there, Derek.
What in the world just happened there? We jumped to him, and he's jumping up and down. Not in glee, in terror?
Well, apparently he has a thing for sausage curves.
Not touching that one.
I wasn't going there, Ron, but all right. Now that you have contaminated the innocent minds of our broadcast viewers. Oh, man. Well, Joshua Shushi out in front, 41.5 second lap there, putting in the lap times, 1.5 seconds in front of Jason Greider. The rest of the field right now just wanting to get through this race at this point. You also have Andy Kosick, who's 8 seconds back after starting on the pole. Hang on to it, Andy.
Actually, 19, nearly 20 seconds off of your race leader. That was just the interval from car to car. I think the gap may be a little bit better here, considering we got small field. Anyways, though, Joshua Shushi now on the final lap of the race in the number 29 car. That Panda has taken to this track like a panda would to a stalk of bamboo.
Well, Joshua Shushi takes the white flag. He's just a few corners away. And he will be starting third into tonight's A feature. And Joshua Shushi had a few incidences during the big block modified portion of XSLR. Seems to be getting off to a better start this portion in the rallycross cars. And of course, this is our third of 5 parts of the XSLR season as Joshua Shushi takes the checkered flag. Wins heat race number 3. Jason Greider will finish in second, 8 seconds behind. He must have had an issue somewhere because he was 1.5 seconds at one point. Derek Folk in third, and Andy Kosick will finish in the 4th spot. after a rough ride with him.
And there we go. Just like that, we're into the one and only consolation race. All the heats have been taken care of. Been a quick-paced night so far here. And let's take a look at the starting grid for how would this work in terms of regular like lettered heats? Would this be the B main?
Yeah, this would be the B feature. And our B feature looks like this. Jimmy Howitt's on the pole with Matt Lass on his outside. Derek Folk, Jake Ham in row 2. Brad Cathcart, our resident Aussie. And Andy Kosick in row 3. Final starter Chad Gross starting in 7th. This will be for starting spots from 7th on back. Because we took the top 2 in each heat. So that would be... 3, so 6 cars are already into the feature. Everybody else needing to get their positions started. Here we go. The lights will turn on. 5 lights on, 5 lights out, and away we go. And right away, 3 wide as they try to get down that straight into the final corner. A little bit of bumping and banging. Oh! 1, 2, 3 cars collected in the final corner before we really start the race. And Andy Kosick was involved. It looked like Jake Ham as well. And unfortunate errors that happened through there. And now Matt Lass, he is out in front. Our pole sitter Jimmy Howitt was involved. So... right now, to start 7th tonight, so far, Matt Lass, as everybody going back down the front, or the back, the final straightaway, as Matt Lass, he'll take the Joker lap immediately along with Derek Folk. And Derek Folk now moves himself into 2nd with Brad Cathcart going into 3rd after taking the Joker lap. Chad Gross has now moved down to 4th. Let's take a look at that race start one more time. 3-1 as they go down the straightaway into the final corner, getting prepped. And Jimmy Howitt just hits that sausage curb, Ron.
And Jake Ham nearly vaulted over the top of Jimmy Howitt and all that as well. That was bizarre. A big collision to get this B main up and rolling. Matt Lass driving off into the sunset, holding on to a 1.5 second gap between himself and Derek Folk. He's looking to have a better run in this race than he did in his heat earlier on.
Well, back out to the racing action here. Brad Cathcart in 3rd, has a good gap, 4.4 seconds. Whoa! And who is that? That's Derek Folk. Derek Folk crashing into the tire barrier. He tries to get that car back pointed forward. He will finally, but stays in front of Andy Kosick, but lost a lot of time there. Let's take a look and see what has exactly went on here. Going through up the jump, looks good. Gets a little, oh, he just got out of shape on the landing.
You hear that engine screaming as he desperately tried to get turned back around in the right direction. Now slotted in 4th. That right there was Andy Kosick, very slow as he headed his way into the turn, trying to take the Joker. Now he's got to be spat back right in front of Derek Folk as they head their way over the crest. This is a battle at the moment for P4 in this race. Got Kosick and Folk. They've both taken their Jokers. Jake Ham has not, so he's going to have to do that here in the not too far off future. Everybody else gone that taken care of. Matt Lass holding on to the race lead as Jake Ham, after a really good start to the season, has run into some difficulties ever since we moved off into the big block mods.
Yeah, Jake Ham currently sitting 6th.
Whoa!
And Derek Folk again into the wall. He is not having a good run at this one here so far, trying to get that car going before Jimmy Howitt gets by him, and Jimmy Howitt will, as Matt Lass.
That gap has disappeared.
Yeah, it really appears like that. Maybe Brad Cathcart has really started to pull in as well, as we're taking a look just to see what's going on here with Matt Lass. And
very slow potentially, not sure what the deal is here. Yeah, it looked like he just lost out on a boatload of time gradually.
Yeah. But here we go. 2 laps to go. Excuse me, 3 laps to go. We're lap 6 of 8.
Black flag.
Matt Lass. Oh. No. Well, not sure what that will be. A post-race penalty for him, so he will start. He will most likely finish. Actually, he'll finish behind Jimmy Howitt, as Derek Folk has, I think, almost called it a day. He's 32 seconds back. That's generally a 30-second penalty. Oh my Lord, that car has seen better days, Ron, and of course he's just trying to get through it. You could tell that car is crabbing a little bit.
Yeah, that car looks like, I'm not sure whether the suspension is just completely, I'm sure the suspension is shot. I'm sure, I mean, you can tell the bodywork, it has seen better day. That car, ready for the scrap heap. I will say, though, I have seen some more structurally sound vehicles driving around the city of Philadelphia. In fact, that cop car that drove me to the local police precinct when I had my climbing up a greased pole charge, that was actually roundabout the way that car was driving, funnily enough.
White flag displayed here. Matt Lass is the first one to it. Gets over the jump. He's regained a little bit of that gap back, and now he's approaching Derek Folk. And Derek Folk just says, you know what, Matt, you go ahead. I am not going to get involved with whatever you're trying to get accomplished here, as they come through the final asphalt portion of Daytona Rallycross course, down the straightaway and into the final turn. Matt Lass, he is looking to start in P7 here tonight, and he will get it done. He wins the B feature.
Vaults over
Brad
the
Cathcart in. Yeah, vaults over the wall. Brad Cathcart in second.
Oh, that was a sickening hit. Oh. God, these drivers know how to
Folk's just trying to get done.
Cheese.
Well, Derek Folk doesn't have to do any more damage to that car because he's done enough. Jimmy Howitt, the front end of his car is missing from that one. And guess what, Ron? We get 12 more laps of this here coming up next.
Yeah, and of course, it being a pretty hectic evening of action, we now have the warm-up, so we can kind of catch our breath before all sorts of pandemonium breaks out here. We'll, if I can run on board with Matt Lass, because we do have some championship point standings to take a look at here, even though we've been through about 15 quintillion races up to this point tonight. Adam, I'll pass the mic back off to you so we can take a look at these points, as we have already had, I guess it would be 2/5 of the season taken care of. The first 8 out of 20 rounds here in XSLR here in Season 10.
All right, let's take a look at those point standings here, as Adam Thomsen is now taking the points lead, 169 points. Jake Ham in second, 158 points. Dylan Vos, who hasn't been here very much over the last 4 weeks, including tonight, and he is sitting in third. Tyler Brown has made steady progress up the board. He's moved up 2 spots since last week. He sits in fourth. Andy Kosick in the top 5, but he has a 1-point advantage over Derek Folk, who sits with 99 points. Kevin Irwin has 90 points and sitting in 7th. Chad Gross with 87 points. Now, Matt Lass has had a bit of struggle. He sits in the 9th spot by several points behind Chad Gross, Brad Cathcart as well, Jason Greider, Joshua Sushi, Harrison Chandler, who won the very first night here at XSLR, has not been back. Tyler Coates, Colin Finley, Corey Patton, Charles Boschel, and Josh Wilkie round out the 18 drivers who have been through the XSLR so far in Season 10. But the talk, of course, is still the battle between Jake Ham and Adam Thomsen. Again, we're still in a warm-up, so there's no racing going on. And I think there's some guys getting some additional track time before we go racing here at XSLR once again. So warm-up getting ready to be done. Make sure you tune in next Sunday. Actually, no, we have a break next week.
Yeah, that we do. I just realized that this graphic in particular is not accurate, so we will actually, because that only appears for 10 seconds, we'll let that disappear, and then I can send out the updated message next week here on SMB.
There we go. Next week at Sonoma, or as one of my old sim racing buddies would call it, Sonoma.
I used to call it Simona.
No, Simona.
See, of course you would call it that. Right. I'm not sure if that's like the dyslexia or like I huffed too many two-stroke fumes as a child back in my karting days, or whether or not I whacked my head too much as a child. I whacked my head so much as a kid, fun fact, that they used to have to wrap around a pool noodle around the coffee table in my living room.
I think that's pretty much everybody in Philadelphia, to be completely honest. So let's take a look at our starting lineup here for the A feature. Starting on the pole position, Adam Thomsen. On his outside, the 821 of Tyler Brown, who won heat race number 2, winner of heat race number 3. Starting third is the 29 of Joshua Sushi. The 7 of Kevin Irwin will start in 4th. Corey Patton in 5th. Jason Greider in 6th. Matt Last, Brad Cathcart make up row 4. Chad Gross, Jake Cameron row 5. Row 6, Andy Kosick, Jimmy Howitt. And further back, our final starter here tonight, the 13th starter, the 78 of Derek Folk. I got through that pretty quick.
Yeah, very, very
so
good.
Here
well
we
done.
There we go. We still are waiting on Jimmy Howitt and Derek Folk to grit up here, but Ron, strap in, because we are about to see some wild action. As Adam Thomsen said, it's going to be very interesting. 13 cars starting this feature. Generally in Rallycross, you don't see this many cars starting a feature. So here we go. Lights ready to turn on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on. 5 lights will go out, and away we go here at Daytona, side by side as they go into the final corner. Adam Thomsen on the inside, but here comes Tyler Brown around the outside. Gets a little bit wide, and now everybody going into each other here. And Tyler Brown draws the short end of the stick at 4 wide going through that start finish line, and it's absolute carnage throughout the field here as Adam Thomsen has escaped all of it.
This is the reason why the chaos is going on. This man that you see on screen right now, Mr. Adam Thomsen, is the harbinger of pure unbridled chaos. Everybody's trying to go at each other with sickles. Oh, as that was a dive from Josh Suchi heading down to the turn, and here comes Jake Ham.
Jake Ham dooring some people. Oh, and Joshua Sushi gets turned into the wall, and the chaos still continues, and we haven't even completed a lap yet. Let's see this one more time. Joshua Sushi on that now 3 wide gets doored by Jake Ham. They're still dooring each other, and then finally loses control. Goes the 29 machine into the barrier. Not hard. Doesn't look to be much damage on that front end of that Subaru, but he gets back going. But Adam Thomsen has escaped all of it, and Kevin Irwin's now 3.5 seconds back from our race leader and our championship leader. Wow. They didn't even wait. It was start and then let the carnage happen. That's what that was, Ron.
Yeah, that was pretty much okay. The green flag is that, and everybody's going to the infield care center. We gotta take a look at some replays here. That's what we have got to do right here. It's that last had a pretty wild ride. He thought he got out of it, then 4 wide under the bridge, and bang. I'm not sure if you've ever hit some of the bridges around here. They are brutal. I have hit them myself. I'm not sure what's worse around this racetrack, that jump, the curbs of doom, or the bridge, which does not have any give to it at all. It's very much so like slamming into a bridge down in Baltimore if you just so happen to be in a big container ship.
Back to the racing action as we are with Adam Thomsen, or watching a replay of who's this on board of? Jimmy Howitt. Jimmy Howitt just, he was just trying to avoid everything and just unfortunately couldn't. as we watch Adam Thomsen now here on lap 4. Tell you what, the storage room is going to be busy tonight after this one. Just with all the opening lap carnage, but it doesn't seem like now really much happening, except I do see a Jason Grider crash on our incident board as Tyler Brown now takes the Joker lap, trying to cut into the lap time of Corey Patton. Can't quite get there as they're going side by side. Let's take a look and see what happened here to Jason Grider. He's just trying. That thing is backfiring like crazy. Of course, it is a Ford, so what do you expect? Oh, okay, it's just him sliding. He was just sliding. That's all it was. So back to the live action, and what is happening? What has happened here to Jake Ham, Chad Gross, and Derek Folk? Were they all three just sliding through that corner?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a look at this. Jake Ham, I mean, that car looks like it is absolutely wrecked. This is after that, and Derek Folk is right in tow, so there may have been a little bit of chicanery afoot here, and there it was! Oh my goodness!
Jake Ham trying to go for the Joker lap and gets turned by Derek Folk. And, oh man, this is going to be insane to watch Derek Folk. Oh, he just doesn't brake. He's not expecting the braking to happen, and Jake Ham just becomes an unfortunate victim here tonight. He is just the last 5 weeks. Last week was a good week for him, but the last 5 weeks, he just hasn't been able to really find much momentum. You just see,
over the curbs of death. He would have rolled it over.
He's just trying to please stop before hitting the wall, and he ends up hitting the wall. So Jake Ham is now down to 10th, and what a rough night for him. He has not had a good run on any of the dirt so far. Just has struggled, considering you look at last season. He was one of the guys, especially on the dirt oval in the 410 wing sprint car, that was very dominant. And this year in the big block modified, oh my, Tyler Brown going for a wild ride there in front of Corey Patton. Had to shove his way through there to get the pass done, but gets it done, doesn't make contact.
Oh, that could have ended in disaster so quickly. The racers kept it clean, though, and that's what matters. Adam Thomsen he is pissed off into the distance. Now it's 9.7 seconds is a gap. Corey Patton and Derek Folk, meanwhile, they got their own little battle going on right now. Here they go. And off into the hairpin. Patton with a big curb whack. And he's going to let Derek Folk go by, but no contact.
I just can't. I just can't anymore. Oh, man, what the hell is happening here?
Everybody's just... Oh, wowee! That was a big dive off there in the back of shot. I think that was Corey Patton going for the send of a lifetime on himself. What? Why is everybody going after each other with sickles here? This is unbelievable.
I think a night of Wreckfest it might be in order for these guys. I think there's a little bit of tempers. Some guys from the dirt oval season a little edgy, and they think that this might be the series in the rallycross for XSLR this season to try and maybe get back at some of their what would you say? Get back at some of their adversaries that they have gained in the last 4 weeks. But I really think, Adam, when you watch this broadcast, maybe schedule a night of Wreckfest. Let's get some of the anger out. Let's get some of this out of the way. Maybe guys will feel better after our break week coming up here this next week, which I'm very thankful for. So Jason Grider, he's just like, I'm just tiptoeing. I'm just trying not to die at this point. I'm trying just to keep the car clean. This has just been chaotic. Oh my. Oh my. You don't see this very often here, Ron. I feel like this is kind of crazy.
I think I say that quite a lot, especially with the Formula V Weekend Warriors that we have here on Slow Motion Broadcasting. If you want to catch that, how about you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss out on any of the racing action. But no, this is nuts.
What a plug.
Oh, yeah, that was about as slick as 80 grit sandpaper. But no, as much as these racers like, as much as Adam had warned me, both in message to the both of us, and also he told me this verbally right after him and I wrapped up the Spec Racer Ford show a little bit earlier on today here on SMB, that this was going to be nuts. There's a part of me that's like, oh yeah, it's rally cars, of course it's going to be hectic. I wasn't expecting it to be this chaotic. Credit where credit is due to these races for giving us one hell of a race and one hell of a night of action to talk about here. And hey, next week here on SMB, we've got a darn good race to look forward to as a message does not get sent. There we go. As Adam Thomsen about to cap off a pretty darn good night for him in that number 244 machine.
Oh man, I don't even know how we describe this.
Carnage.
Carnage. Oh, and Adam Thomsen crosses the finish line. I didn't even know we were on the white flag. It's been crazy. Tyler Brown in second on the podium tonight. Kevin Irwin in third. Derek Fulk, he'll cross the line in fourth. Brad Cathcart, a top five finish for him. Andy Kosick, after a night of woes for him, he finishes in sixth. Corey Patton in seventh. Jake Ham, he gets back up to eighth. What in the world?
Oh, somebody just sent it. Oh. So this is a classic like Weekend Warriors XSLR crash 'em up wreckfest at the end. I wonder who that was that I just saw fire across the screen, vaulted over the fence. Matt Lass is just in pit lane minding his own business, as you know, out there on the racing surface. It's just it's a graveyard. It's a graveyard of race cars.
It really is. It really is. Oh, there's Joshua Sushi. His tires completely ripped off.
The engine's blown.
Oh man. We should have just had a demolition derby, honestly. You know what, iRacing? Let's add demolition derbies to the service.
Hey, we got the figure eights. We got the figure eights already. May as well just go full send in on the pandemonium factor. I would pay. I'd be willing to pay up to 30 cents to see iRacing have a demolition derby sort of feature into the sim. That would be fun. That you already do have that with the rookie street stock races, but that's neither here nor there. We got some results to take a look at here.
Oh my. What is this broadcast turned into? Let's take a look at the results here. Adam Thomsen, your race, a winner here tonight by 12 seconds over Tyler Brown. Kevin Irwin, who also gets on the podium tonight. Derek Fulk in fourth. Brad Cathcart, top five finish. Andy Kosick, a night of woes, gets him into sixth. Corey Patton in seventh. Jake Ham, well, lost eight position. Jake Ham gained actually 2 spots tonight off his starting spot. Chad Gross in ninth and finishing out the top 10. Jason Grinder, Joshua Sushi, Jimmy Howitt, and Matt Lass rounded out. Matt Lass did not make it through this one, so he retired very early in this one. And guess what, Ron? We got some interviews we got to do. We're going to talk with Mr. Thomsen himself. Adam Thomsen, our race winner here tonight. Well, you weren't lying. That was absolutely carnage. We didn't even get to the start-finish line when we started this one, and you seemingly avoided it.
Yeah, I was fully expecting everything I heard and saw behind me tonight, and I'm not surprised at all. But yeah, for me, it was like you just mentioned, get through turn one before the start-finish line clean, and then just try to drive away a bit, and it worked out well for me. But I think I got a little bit of bump on the left. I don't know if Tyler got loose beside me or what, and he was sideways through the corner. Don't quite know what happened. What happened at the start of the race, but after that, it was free and clear.
You dominated the night tonight. This makes it 5 wins in a row. Definitely out there leading the championship by a lot at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I need to make it up again with the 3 drop weeks, the three races that I lost. You know, those are all zeros. So I don't like to be pushing this hard, and I really don't like to be practicing as much as I am for this. But I mean, I don't like to lose, Adam. And the long and short of it is this is a 20 race season, and I've got to get him where I think I can. And definitely these first 3 series are the ones that I think I'm probably better at than others in the league. And yeah, when we start getting to the road section, I don't expect you'll be talking to me as P1 anymore.
Well, talking about the last the last couple of weeks, it feels like there's a little animosity amongst the drivers. Do you think maybe a night of Wreckfest just to get some of that anger out, just to get these guys? Because I mean, tonight was a lot of carnage, a lot of crashing, a lot of guys getting wrecked. Well, maybe a little Wreckfest may get that energy out.
Well, that's what we try to do at the end of the race, is just let everybody go ham. No pun intended at all, I promise, to try to destroy each other's cars. But yeah, I listened to the interviews last week, and it was there is a bit of animosity there, I think, but I think a lot of it is all in fun and all in jest. We all hang out after the races, as you know. You've hung out in there with us, and we kind of get through all of our stuff. It's not much different than real life racing, Adam. I'll be honest with you. You know how it goes. People, and that's kind of what I enjoy about this league is people do start to grudges against other drivers, which is great as long as they keep it clean the best they can on the track, and they normally do, even if they hate each other.
Well, the reason why I bring up Wreckfest is somebody who has done league racing and stuff. It's always nice to get guys together to play the game Wreckfest and just wreck each other.
For
it's
sure.
Great fun.
I heard there's a new I thought about it. I almost got the new one this weekend, and I was looking at some of the reviews, and I was told to hold off a bit. But yeah, the first one was an absolute blast, and we should get some people together for Wreckfest. I think that's what these guys need, especially. I mean, these rally cars were pretty close.
They were very close. We're on a break week next week, but then we head to Sonoma, which is definitely a different type of racetrack. Mm-hmm. Just talk about what your thoughts are for Sonoma.
Yeah, we drove it for about an hour last night. I threw up a practice session with some of the drivers. It's totally different than this, completely. It's a lot more flowy. I think the dirt sections are way longer. It doesn't go dirt, asphalt, dirt, and I think that does hurt. I mean, if you don't drive these, if you're not full-time iRacing rallycross driver, it's super tough to get into these cars, and that transition from the dirt to the asphalt really does. It may not, well, it probably did look like it, I'll be honest. But it's not as easy as it looks, I promise you that. Then is the track, too, which is going to be weird at Sonoma because there is a lot longer dirt section there. As that track wears in, the car gets grippier. It's the exact opposite of the dirt ovals. You want to run in the blue groove in the rallycross cars. So we're going to see how that grippiness affects the cars and see if, it's just going to be new. I mean, all 4 of these tracks that we're going to be running are going to be a total departure from the track that we were running the previous week.
Well, anybody you want to thank before we kick you out of here?
I do actually. Hey, Ron, are there 13 turns here?
You're asking Ron this?
I can't count above 4.
Okay. Well, I think you're clear, Ron. I think you're clear. I don't think there are 13 turns here, and I'm sure Ron can give you the scoop on that one, Adam, and after we get done here. But yeah, I just want to shout you guys out, shout Slow Motion Broadcasting out for making this happen. I hope it was a good race. I hope you guys had fun. And the league drivers, man, none of this would happen without the league drivers. Welcome back, Jimmy Howitt, by the way. Finally got his wheel set back up, and he was back in the field tonight. So, yeah, we had a pretty good field here for the first running of these, and I'm super, super excited, and hopefully that keeps up for the next 3 at least. Well, really the next let me do math real quick. Carry the 4, carry the 7, minus 2. The next 15 races. That'd be wonderful.
Well, congratulations on your win, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, buddy.
Adam Thomsen, our race winner. We'll talk to Tyler Brown next, our second place finisher here tonight. Tyler, you have somehow managed to avoid some of the carnage at the beginning and came home with a solid P2.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. It's kind of hard to keep track of, but
yeah,
We got another one tonight.
Well, another podium. It's always good to get on the podium. Really, you didn't have much threat behind you. You just had to drive a clean race, and you were able to come home on the podium.
Yes, sir. It was. I don't. Kevin put up a pretty good fight. It was pretty hard to get around.
Well, anybody?
A lot of really fun racing tonight.
Yeah, it looked fun. Also looked chaotic. Anybody you want to thank for this P2 finish?
Just SMB and XSLR for putting this on for us. It's a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations, Tyler, on a P2 finish, and we'll see you in 2 weeks at Sonoma.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Tyler Brown, our second place finisher. Up next, our third place finisher, who has just been on a tear, honestly, on the dirt. The cheese car, Kevin Irwin. Kevin, what is it about dirt that's just making you come alive here?
You know, I don't really know, but me and dirt get along really well.
Well, tonight, again, you were just like Tyler and Adam. You avoided majority of the carnage at the beginning of the race and came home with a solid P3 tonight.
Yeah, that seems to be the main goal, is to just get past everybody in that first turn, make it through the jump, and should be pretty home clear from there.
Well, you did a great job tonight, and of course, another podium to add to your list of achievements in season 10 of XSLR. Is there anybody you want to thank for the third place finish here?
Well, thanks for all the carnage that went on behind me that helped everybody else not get up here. Thank my wife for putting up with me every Sunday for doing this, and once again, thanks Adam both Adams for you doing the broadcast, and the wet Adam for putting on the league.
I'm so glad that has stuck. Thanks, Kevin, for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Sonoma. Ron, I am so glad the wet Thomsen thing is stuck. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm a proud dad sitting here when I hear that.
You know, I think that's the first time that has ever been said, saying that you're a proud father, looking back on a joke that got started off on I think I was actually on that broadcast. It was round 1 last season when Mr. Joshua Wilkie was still trying to get sea legs under him commentary-wise. I was in there in the booth with you, and I think I remember that was when that joke started, and it's just snowballed from there.
It's true. It's actually funny. My dad is the one who actually came up with it. When people would ask how do we spell our last name, or Thomsen, or how we say Thomsen, he would say it's the dry Thomsen. So that's how that really got started. So my dad would be so proud right now. So, oh man. Well, how do we recap this one, Ron?
I would unleash just a string of screams that can only be matched by the souls of the damned, but my window is open, and if somebody hears screaming in the closest thing that you've gone to, like, suburban parts of the city of Philadelphia, there's probably going to be some cops knocking on my door. So I'm just gonna say it was pandemonium from start to finish. We enjoyed it from our perspective here in the broadcast booth. The tow truck drivers really got their day's worth of pay. We expect physical racing with these rally cars, and here at Daytona on this ancient scan, on this bizarre track, we most certainly got some chaos.
We truly did here tonight, and of course we caught it all. We caught it all here on Slow Motion Broadcasting, which reminds me, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button here. Get us to 5,000 subscribers here at Slow Motion Broadcasting, and hit that like button. Also the notification bell, just so you know when we go live. Because, Ron, what do we got coming up?
No, we have got a lot of action to look forward to here on SMB over the next couple of days. Next time you'll be able to see SMB go live will be on Tuesday. That'll be on Tuesday, November the 11th at 9:45 p.m. Eastern for round number 8 Actually, no, it's round number 9, I should say, of Sim Racers Group F4s. That's going to be at Aragon. I have only broadcasted a race at that track twice. Once was for a touring car race, and twice were some Porsche Cup races that I did over the past couple of weeks. But that track could put on a lot of fun action, so looking forward to seeing the F4s run there. SRG F3 going to be at Donington Park. The Formula Vs will be at Circuit de Lebanon, running in the rain. The Formula 4s will be at Oran Park on that ancient scan of a track that's gone the way of the Dodo Bird, with the Spec Racer Fords racing at Imola for this 8th round of their championship. That's round number 2 of the Liberty Bell League, so even though XSLR is taking 1 week off, you will still see some action here next Sunday night here on SMB when the gals of that series take the MX-5s to the Charlotte Roval, the new version of the Roval as well. F4 action going to continue with the 10th round at Snetterton with round number 5, it is, of the Extreme Motorsports Ferrari Road and Oval Challenge running at Lucas Oil Raceway Park, IRP, for that round of the championship on Wednesday, November the 19th. We also have some Ray Esports Club Racing League action to look forward to this Wednesday as well. So, as Adam just said, gives you a very good reason to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the racing action. Broke 1,000 subscribers earlier on this year, looking ahead to 5. And if you want to be a part of this fantastic broadcasting company, this wonderful community, and the adventure that we're all going on here in the world, you should probably hit that subscribe button and be a part of it. But Adam, great racing here at the Daytona Road Course. Very happy that I'm not in race control and here in the booth, even though it made my job as a producer a little bit stressful, doubly so having to commentate the race at the same time. This was a fun way to get the rally section of the schedule up and rolling.
It truly was. And of course, Ron, thank you for your hard work today. I'm glad you're figuring out your legal troubles and Josh doesn't have to fill in for you again, because we were quite concerned about you last week. So glad you made it back here for the Rallycross portion. Well, that will do it for us here tonight on Slow Motion Broadcasting. We want to thank you so much for joining us. My name is Adam Thomsen. For Ron Maunz and everyone here at Slow Motion Broadcasting, thank you so much, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time from Sonoma.
Oh, just got a call from my PO.